Welcome to the Weekly Homicide Report, the weekly program where we talk about all the people that needlessly died at the hands of another person. Before we get into this week's video, I just want to point out the 19,965 number on the image this week. That's the number of murders this year, and it's almost 20,000 already. Obviously, this is an estimate on my part, but should be really close to what the actual number is. Now on to this week's graph. Chicago had 10 homicides last week, the second week in a row with 10 or less. That's pretty good for Chicago. Philadelphia is capitalizing on Chicago's lack of homicides, adding 12 this week, and officially having more murders in Chicago for 2 weeks in a row. Baltimore had 7 homicides. This is the most that they had in a single week in over 2 months. Milwaukee added 6 murders. They sit at 183 on the year, which is 25 higher than they had last year at this time during their record-breaking 2021 year. Milwaukee is considerably smaller than Chicago in size, but its murder rate is much higher. This year, Chicago will likely have a murder rate around 25, and Milwaukee's will probably be around 40 or more. Washington, D.C. had 2 homicides for the second week in a row and sits at 159 on the year. You have to go all the way back to last spring to get back-to-back weeks with these few numbers in Washington, D.C. Minneapolis had 2 homicides. They averaged 1.7 per week, so that's about normal for them. There were 12 mass shootings last week. A video will be coming out later today covering all of them. We haven't had 20 or more for a few weeks, so I think we've gotten back to a place where the weekly totals will hover in the 8 to 12 range for most weeks now till like the end of the year, barring some holiday spikes. The cold weather works really good for slowing down the mass shooters. 2 children under the age of 11 and 37 between the ages of 12 and 17 were shot and killed. The 2 for the young kids is very low and nice to see. This is the first time I show this number being this low all year. On the other side, the 37 for the teenagers is the largest number that I've shown recorded this year. 11 weeks ago it was 35, but 37 in 1 week is very high when the weekly average is closer to 25. The number of 12 to 17-year-olds killed by gunfire passed the 1,000 mark 2 weeks ago and currently sits at 1,052. There were 17 defensive use of a firearm incidents. I did a video a few days ago that covered some of them. I'd like to see this number of these incidents be much higher, but we'll take what we can get. On to the murder-suicides. Now these are just the ones done with a gun. So far in week 41, we're at 531 for the year, and that's an increase of 7 from last week. The 2 photos on the screen are of 2 women killed in a murder-suicide last week. Well, that's all I have for you today, but I'll be back next week with the week 42 numbers. Until then, have a great week, and I'll catch you next week. Support this channel and pick yourself up some original crime-related apparel. Look for the link in the description.